Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 10.
Breaking now, a Legion baseball team from right here in Lincoln is world champions. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. You can bet the players are celebrating right now. What a comeback and what a win. The team raising the championship trophy this evening. Sports Director Will Carlton joins us now to give us the full details on what happened tonight. Will?
Rod, Lincoln's own Carpetland Rugs were down 6-1 in this contest, but they put their rally caps on. They complete the comeback to get the win 9-6. After being down by 5 following the top of the third, the Rugs reeled off 8 straight unanswered runs between the third and fifth innings to officially call themselves Legion World Champions. What an incredible performance it was throughout this whole postseason for the guys from Lincoln East High School. Lincoln fell in a 4-0 hole until Brody McIntyre hit an RBI single. Then down 6-1 in the bottom of the started the comeback with a 3-run home run in the fourth. Cade Anderson followed that up with a 3-run shot of his own to give Lincoln the lead. Dele Ojulate followed that up in the fifth with an RBI triple to give Lincoln its 9th run of the contest. And the rest was history. Braden Erickson also drove in a run in the win. Pitcher Grayson Yorkman picked up the win, going 5 1/3 with 4 strikeouts. Additionally, McIntyre was named Legion Baseball Player of the Year. I mean, how cool is that? And this is kind of a redemption moment for them, too, as in 2023, they lost in this very game to be World Series runner-ups. But the Rugs have won it all. Rod, let's send it back to you.
Getting started up as well, and we want to get as many student athletes as possible in the spotlight. If you scan the QR code on your screen, you can download the Now Local News app. If you send videos of any high school sports into the Now Local News app, we'll pay you to do so. We have another severe weather alert to tell you about tonight. A live look over Lincoln. So far it is calm, but that could change in the overnight hours. Been kind of getting used to this, getting woken up in the middle of the night. Rusty, how do things look right now?
That camera's pointed in the wrong direction. Do you want to see something cool? Check this out. This is pointed south. That last camera we were showing you pointed north. This is pointing south, and you can see on the horizon there, see that lightning? Yeah, there's a bunch of thunderstorms way over there. Now, how far away are these? Just take a guess. I'll give you a second. Take a guess. How far away are these storms? There was a good one right there. Well, I'm going to show you right now. The radar has these storms all the way over in Kansas. It's about 78 miles away. They've actually moved away a little bit since I've done this, so they're probably about 80 to 85 miles south of us, but we can still see them on the horizon. And that's where that severe thunderstorm watch was just issued for parts of eastern Kansas. So that looks like that's going to stay south of us. More storms trying to move into southwestern Nebraska. There's a chance those could get strong. More on that in a minute. Shones Roofing at 6 and Perkins. It's 74 degrees. We have temperatures in the 70s for just about all of us. Dew points in the 70s really for most of us too. Another look at those storms. Look at all that lightning just to the south. Storms will try to roll through, and 1 or 2 of these could get strong to severe. That forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Happening right now, the heated talk over flock cameras getting even hotter. Some communities around the country are reconsidering their contracts with Flock. That's the company behind more than 120,000 automatic license plate readers nationwide. Opponents cite breach of privacy, while police tout it as a helpful tool. Today, a local law firm getting in on the discussion.
Now, in Nebraska, luckily, there is legislation that limits significantly when law enforcement can use automatic license plate reader systems like Flock cameras. They have to be for criminal purposes. There has to be an active investigation, and the use of the license plate reader system has to be to further that criminal investigation.
Justin adds, if you're involved with anything involving the Flock camera, he invites you to contact Liberty Law Group. A historical home is being moved to a new site so a hospital here in Lincoln can expand, and parts of the community is reacting. The Bryan East campus is growing, but to make room, a historic building once home to nursing students is being moved. 2 retired nurses spoke to our Danielle Da Silva from the retirement home about keeping their memories in place.
Construction is well underway here at Bryan East Campus to make way for this, an expansion of their emergency department and ICU. But what lies behind this image of what's ahead stands this, the Fairview House, a historic part of the hospital's beginnings and one that two nurses who once lived in it would like everyone to remember before it gets moved.
Well, it's Bryan. It belongs there. It's been there for years and years and years. Without that house, we wouldn't have our hospital. It should stay with where it was.
I understand why a hospital would want to move this, because it's totally probably in their way if they're going to expand their emergency room. But it kind of hurt just a little bit just to read about it in the paper.
Virginia Von Segren and Joyce Lemaster lived in the Fairview home in the late 1950s, early 1960s, while completing their nursing degrees. Bryan Health says the home was donated by William Jennings Bryan, a politician and businessman who actually ran for president 3 times. The home and surrounding area later became the start of Bryan Memorial Hospital, and the home served as a nurse's dorm, now called the Fairview House. Earlier this year, hospital leaders appeared before the Lincoln Historic Preservation Commission to have the home moved to 56th and A. Submitting this statement to Channel 8, a spokesperson for the hospital said plans to move the Fairview home are moving forward as anticipated, adding, "We look forward to sharing more information in the coming weeks and months." Both Virginia and Joyce leaving a final message to those in charge before the home, declared a National Historic Landmark in 1963, is actually moved.
In spite of breaking our hearts, it's going to happen. As long as the house remains the way it is now.
I would love to see it remain the way it is now. It would be nice to have a nice open house open to the public about just exactly what kind of a home this is.
Yes.
Reporting in Lincoln, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
Breaking now, the city of Omaha is getting sued over alleged violations related to minimum wage. It comes 2 months after Attorney General Mike Hilgers did the same thing to Lincoln. In both cases, he says city leaders are trying to repeal statewide law. Both Lincoln and Omaha said they can set their own minimum wage and allow for higher growth rates each year compared to what lawmakers set. Omaha leaders say they plan to fight the AG's lawsuit, and Lincoln is expected to appeal as well. Only on 8, a trip to the playground taking a frightening turn. Take a look at this. One Lincoln father taking his 2-year-old son to Neighbors Park, which is near 30th and D, when his son picked up this pipe full of what they think are drugs. What followed was an immediate rush of shock. And also, Channel 8's Emma Norwood joins us now after talking to the dad on this alarming experience.
I'm standing here in the Woods Park neighborhood where it's a very quiet day today, and one dad describes it as super family oriented. But to his surprise, when he was guiding his 2-year-old son up to this slide just inches away, actually right here was a pipe with what appeared to be full of drugs. For one dad, it was supposed to be a normal day at this playground with his 2-year-old son. But in an instant, everything changed.
It was super surprising because last thing you'd expect is for your 2-year-old to hand you drug paraphernalia.
Jeremy Williams was guiding his son up these steps before helping him get up to this platform and ride the slide. That's when his son grabbed this pipe, allegedly full of drugs, and handed it to his father.
I was shocked, to say the least. I looked down at my wife and I said, "Babe, look what Bram just handed me." And she was shocked. All she goes, "Are you serious? Was it just sitting up there?"
This corner here is exactly where the pipe was found, and the trash can at the park, you can see, is only a couple of yards away. Williams immediately taking it from his son and throwing it in the garbage.
He's 2 years old, so usually everything goes in their mouth instantly. It could have been a whole different situation if he stuck it in his mouth or something like that. Then it would have been, ER visit and figure out what's in it, and thousands of dollars spent on an ER visit. And, it was just, it was a wild occurrence, very unexpected, that's for sure.
Williams says they are definitely going to be more cautious when it comes to taking a trip to the park, and they hope other parents are more aware as well.
I'm just happy that it turned out the way that it did and didn't have to take him anywhere, no doctors, no nothing like that. And I just threw it away and we continue playing at the park.
We reached out to Lincoln Parks and Recreation to see how often these parks are maintained and what they do when something like this happens. They sent along this statement saying in part, quote, Lincoln Parks and Recreation's park operations crews visit all parks on a regular schedule, some every day and others several times a week. And our crews take reports of hazardous or inappropriate materials seriously and will investigate and address them as quickly as possible. Reporting in Lincoln, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
New tonight, big additions coming to a Nebraska school district's facilities. That means a major upgrade for the football and track complex at Wilber-Claytonia Public Schools. The district announcing they've accepted a bid that includes building a new concession stand and restrooms. The district sharing this illustration of what the new structure is going to look like, saying it will provide a much-needed modern space for everyone. Work is set to begin in March of next year. I want to let you know, coming up tomorrow morning during our morning shows, the Trump administration issued an executive order to reduce the number of childhood vaccines. That's creating some backlash from health organizations here in Nebraska. Andrew Ward will take a deeper dive into this starting at 5 a.m. tomorrow. And coming up after the break, back in business, which Seward Bar and Grill is opening up in a new location after a sudden closure last year. It's a story you'll only see here on 8.
Another chance for some severe weather as we head through the overnight into tomorrow morning. Again, we'll see where and when that might happen when we come back.
Only on 8 tonight, a beloved Seward restaurant rebounding in a big way. It's making a comeback after being closed down for months. Tonight, the owners describing what this past year has been like and their fight for a future in Seward. Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson reports.
On Tuesday night, the door opening to Squire Ward's for the first time in months, and Greg Nelson couldn't be happier.
This is awesome. You know, Squire Ward's is back.
Last November, I covered a devastating moment for Nelson. His bar and grill was forced to close after the building was bought by new owners.
We talked about just maybe leaving it closed and going on the road for a while, and decided that's not quite what we wanted to do.
But then a new spot opening up just a block away from their old place, and this one right on Main Street. Nelson moving walls full of decorations a few doors down to this place. And now, what was a tough moment has has turned into a beautiful one.
They say things happen for a reason, and this place just might be the proof. We ended up with a much nicer location than we had before. It's a better space. It's about 3 times the size.
On Tuesday night, he held a soft opening for friends and family, giving the new employees a chance to learn the ropes before their official opening on Thursday night.
Did anybody take this young couple's order? Judging from the crowd that's here, our staff now knows how to make martinis pretty well, so that's a great start.
Drinks served to grinning customers who were able to see an old beloved bar and grill returned to its former glory. Nelson says this moment is only possible because the people of Seward helped him persevere.
100%. It's wonderful to be back in here, and just the support from the community's been amazing.
Reporting in Seward, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Sure seems like the overnight has been the busiest time for us here in the month of August, especially for the capital city. And we have seen quite a bit of precipitation. Now, there's none out there right now, but the way things have been going, you're probably thinking, yeah, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, probably, maybe 6. So we'll take a look. But 48th and Cornhusker Highway, a little bit of traffic out there this evening. Temperatures 60s and 70s, upper 70s, 77 in Omaha and Lincoln. Where'd all my data go? Oh, there it is. That scared me for a little bit. That would have been a problem. 73 in Columbus, 73 in York, and Hebron at 73 degrees. Dew points also right around that, the actual temperature. So plenty of moisture to go around. So anything that tries to get going, maybe a sprinkle or two out there right now. Most of this not getting to the ground. It's that when it's that really light green and it's kind of square, that means it's not getting to the surface. This is. All of this, look at all that lightning. It's so much lightning, it's covering up the radar, but a lot of severe weather down here, that is drifting away from us. So that takes care of that severe weather threat. That should push away. The next severe weather threat is coming out of Wyoming and pushing into parts of the Panhandle and southwestern Nebraska. That's why there is this slight risk right here. Now, nothing really coming out of it yet, but it might overnight. This right here is for what's pushing away from us. It's just kind of enough towards Beatrice that it may try to make its way into far southeastern Nebraska, but most of this should stay to our south. And then everybody else is in an unstable atmosphere, and there's a low-level jet, and there's all kinds of things that say if a storm can get going anywhere, and they would be isolated, that we could see some severe weather. Hail is one of the main threats. Damaging wind, a little bit higher threat to the south and west and south and east with those storms down there. So let's kind of go through this. This is kind of what's set up. You can see the storms down here and the storms over here. So by 10 p.m., as of 10 p.m., Stormcast doing a pretty good job of setting things up. There's those storms down here, just on the other side of that Kansas-Nebraska border. And then here comes some more storms around midnight through the Panhandle and southwestern Nebraska. That eventually tries to move east. This grows a little bit stronger in north central Nebraska. This might be strong to severe, but it's having trouble according to this model. By 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, that dwindles. This might get a little strong. This is the exact same thing that happened last night, where storms started up here, drifted towards Grand Island, and made a beeline for southeast Nebraska. Well, because of that, we have a marginal risk, wanted to say slight risk, marginal risk for much of the state because of this thing drifting to the south towards Grand Island and making its way towards the Lincoln area, just like the storm did last night. Well, that's weird. Then by tomorrow morning, still lingering in the Beatrice, Lincoln, and Omaha area, and then pushing south and east. A little line of storms here trying to continue through the early afternoon hours. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. And then, of course, on Thursday, we have another chance for some severe weather. I'm sure that'll be overnight as well. Temperatures tonight in the upper 60s for lows. Highs tomorrow, struggling with that added cloud cover. I think we'll see a high, maybe 80 degrees in some spots. So that's a cooler than average day. We get back to normal as we head through Thursday and Friday. Storms possible Wednesday and Thursday. Small chances Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then trying to dry out in those temperatures pretty close to normal for much of next week. Hey, what happens first? Halloween, the average low drops to 32, the average high drops to 60, or the time change if we have it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
They're all really close to each other, so this is kind of a coin flip.
Average high drops to 6. Nah.
I'm going to say B.
Yeah, time change?
I'm going with the average low to 32.
And you're going time change, Rod?
Yeah.
You were right the first time. It's the average high drops to 60, which is October 29th. Everything else is right around that time.
Should have went with my gut feeling.
Yep.
Hey, the Lincoln Airport is participating in a giveaway for Husker volleyball fans. UNL gave the airport 2 tickets to give away for the team's upcoming game at Wrigley Field in Chicago. They'll be picking a winner this Friday, so you have to act fast to get a shot at winning the tickets. To sign up, we have a link under the Links We Mentioned tab right there on our website, klkntv.com. Time for the Sports Zone with Sports Director Will Charlton. The Husker football team spoke again today. What did you hear?
Yeah, Rod, 3 coaches and 4 players took to the podium. We'll hear about how the offensive and defensive lines look and see how the special teams units coming along next in Sports Zone.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, powered by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome into your Tuesday night Sports Zone. I'm Will Charlton. First off, once again, have to congratulate the Carpetland Rugs on winning the American Legion World Series. So cool for those guys, but let's talk some Husker football to start things off. Nebraska spoke to media once again earlier today and held another window to watch practice firsthand. Among those to talk were first-year coaches in Jeep Wade of the offensive line, Corey Brown for the defensive tackles, Brett Maher, who's been on the staff but takes over now as special teams coordinator. We'll first talk about the O-line. Wade comes in from Georgia Tech to lead that unit. And as camp has progressed, one of the biggest topics has been the strength and veteran leadership among those guys. Wade said he likes the mentality of that group and talked about how valuable it is to have so much experience in that room, while also acknowledging there's still some room to grow.
It's valuable, and just the type of people they are. They care. It's something about, we talk about ego strength, to have confidence in yourself, but have the humility to know that we got to get better, and that's something that these kids will take. You can coach them. You can coach them hard. You can get on them. And just because they are grown men, they are experienced, they've been through it.
Wade went on to say that he wants to put together a 5-man unit that could put Nebraska in a place where they can be a consistently winning team. On the defensive line, Brown said he's looked to establish a mentality of playing fast and physical, which follows the philosophy defensive coordinator Rob Orich is bringing to the program of being simple, fast, and violent.
Being in attack mode up front, you have to attack the line of scrimmage, you have to be heavy-handed, and then IDM blocks enable, because the faster you IDM, the faster you can get off of them. We don't want to stay stuck on blocks, we want to be able to disengage, but doing all that, really playing downhill.
Brown also said he's confident in the depth of the defensive line and likes the approach of his unit. When it comes to special teams, Maher said he's seen guys really take advantage of those reps, and as someone who played in the NFL, it can take them a long ways being involved in the third phase.
The work that they're putting in now is going to be, what puts them over the top here come October, November, December, January when we look up at the end of the year. We have a bunch of guys on our team that want to go play at the next level, and they understand that they're going to have special teams value for the most part at that next level.
The Huskers speak with media again on Friday, and tomorrow we'll hear from the 4 players who spoke at the podium to learn more about what is making the offensive line and defensive line strong so far. Staying with the Huskers, into some flag football news, as Nebraska has announced another coach who will be joining the staff of the program, which is set to begin play in 2028. Former women's basketball standout Amy Stevens has been added to the flag football staff as the new director of operations. Stevens said, quote, "I am thrilled to be part of building a championship culture, empowering our student athletes, and growing the game of flag football in Husker Nation." Head coach Liz Sowers said, quote, "We are so excited to have Amy joining our staff," and went on to say that she has valuable coaching experience and knows how a successful program runs. Stevens ranks in the top 10 all-time for single season statistics across 8 categories in women's basketball history. And don't forget, all of the Kansas City Chiefs preseason games will be right here on Channel 8. Up next on Saturday night at 6:30, they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All the Chiefs preseason games will be exclusively airing on our channel, so make sure you don't miss out on the action. And once again, just a huge congratulations to the Carpetland Rugs. So cool to see them win the championship. Rod, let's get it back to you.
All right, thank you, Will. We'll be back with the final check of your forecast.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, hey?
Little field research. Show them what we got.
Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And J.D. Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Get 0% APR for 36 months and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford vehicles, plus a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
Medica is from the Midwest, so we get the Midwest. Whether you're into kickflips or backflips, steak flips, or just flip-flops, whoever you are, with a Medica health plan, we'll be there too.
Washington needs Nebraska common sense more than ever. That's why Pete Ricketts is taking on both parties to ban congressional insider trading. Ricketts introduced the law to stop corrupt politicians from gaming the system and lining their own pockets. Career politicians hate it. Washington insiders want to kill it. But Ricketts will never stop fighting for what's right. Call Pete Ricketts. Thank him for fighting to stop insider trading and keep standing for Nebraska.
For generations, we've been here, caring for our community. From our roots as Tabitha to who we are today as Eventide, our mission has never changed. We're your local, trusted partner in home health and hospice care, supporting you when it matters most. Guided by faith, grounded in compassion, and committed as a nonprofit to put people first. Eventide, care you can trust when you need it most.
Ready, set, summer with the Honda Summer Event. With available features like all-terrain tires, off-road tuned suspension, and Trail Watch. Honda has all you need to get summer ready.
as the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Right now, you can get at 1.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I'm packing.
Kimmel's all packed up for summer, and these guest hosts are moving in. Starting with Tiffany Haddish, then Ike Barinholtz, followed by Coleman Domingo. Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts on ABC.
New at 10, it's not just athletes getting ready for the high school football season. Tri-County Public Schools sending this out tonight saying, it's almost time, Trojans. The band is getting the fight song ready, which can only mean one thing. Yeah, Friday Night Lights are almost back. Tri-County's first game is August 28th versus Centennial at Tri-County at 7 p.m. It is that time of the year. And lately, it seems to be that time of the year where we're getting a lot of rain during the overnights. How's it look tonight, Rusty?
Kind of setting up for that same thing. We are looking at the potential for some storms. Notice those storms moving out of the Panhandle into southwest Nebraska. Those may start to ramp up a little bit. Some strong storms on the southern side of Beatrice. Those should stay further south, but they may bump up just a little bit. Here's what it looks like on our stormcast. Notice those storms south of Beatrice try to push into southeastern Nebraska a little bit. Storms in the Panhandle move out of the Panhandle into north central Nebraska, and eventually by 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning ramp up, and here they come again by 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Storms are going to be possible. Here's your temperatures for early tomorrow morning, 50s and 60s. Highs tomorrow right around 80 degrees.
All right, Rusty, thank you so much. Thanks for keeping us updated, by the way, with these storms, and thank you for joining us. Andrew in Houston will be here bright and early for your morning news starting at 5 o'clock. Jimmy